Yeah. All right, cool. Just let me one. Hi, my name is Jonathan Tarazi. This is my sports marketing interview presentation. So who I interviewed, his name was Anthony Papadakis. He works for ESPN. He got his start as a sports media or a media specialist, and now he's moving more into being a college sports author. That's kind of what he's more passionate about. He went to the University of Colorado Boulder, and he has always grown up in a very sports oriented family. His dad was a very big a prominent high school football and baseball coach in the area where he grew up. He himself in high school, he played basketball, football, and baseball for all 4 years. So he was a 3-sport athlete. He grew up in a very sports-centered family. We'll get more into his family in a little bit. So his current position, he's currently a college sports author. He travels to Big Ten and Pac-12 schools all over the country, and it's mostly during big rivalry football games or bowl games, and he goes during basketball playoff season and when college baseball starts up, and he writes articles about the games, the players, the schools, the overall environment at the school during the game, things like that. He got his start, like I said, as a sports media specialist at ESPN. So what he would do is he would produce highlight sequences to be broadcasted before the commercials, right after the game time. Basically, he would include his goal would be to include whatever relevant plays were recent in the game, or just any kind of big moments that have happened, even if it wasn't too recent, but something to summarize up what has been happening recently in the game, any on-field drama or anything like that. He says his main goal is to get the viewers excited and engage their focus. That way they don't change the channel in between the broadcast. He says that's what the main goal of the wrap-up is. I have a little video example. Don't think I'm going to play it, though. I'll play it. It's fine. I'll play it a little bit.
Exactly, came back to the city to that. You look at the veteran, we've got to get better surrounding players. He's third in the league, and he is playing better now. Fisher kicking it out. Talk about outside shooting. Radmanovich drops in the triple.
You get to the idea. But yeah, just a basic kind of little promo thing that he would put up. Where is the PowerPoint? There it is. Okay. So how he got started. As soon as he graduated college, he interviewed with his uncle, Petros Papadakis. He's the co-host of the Petros and Money Show on Fox Sports. He's a former tailback and captain at USC, played football at the University of Southern California for 4 years. So he interviewed with him, and not even for a particular position to work with Petros, but more just to kind of tell him what he was all about and let him know what he was looking to do in the industry. And Petros talked to a couple of his friends at ESPN, and eventually he got an internship, which led to his job. And that's the only job he's had in sports. He got it right out of college, and he's been there ever since. I asked him tips on how to break into the sports industry, any kind of career, not so much as a player, but from the inside. He said it's important to spend your time in the world of sports in general. Find what you're passionate about, understand what makes that sport specific, why people make decisions at each level, how the game is played, what influences people's decisions, what kind of factors would be influencing people's decisions that are associated with that sport, things like that. Sports is a very exclusive world. It's very competitive to get a job in sports. He was telling me that the more knowledge that you have of sports, even if it comes from a very young age, just being involved in that world will automatically help you get a position in sports. He also said another tip was to network. Sports being such a very tight-knit group and very kind of exclusive, because if you don't know about sports, you can't break into sports. It's important to network and meet people and make very like lasting connections with people in the industry, because he got his job basically by networking. So it's important to meet people with connections that can get you on the in the network, as he said. And then I asked him what his favorite parts of the job were. He said meeting new people was a big one. He's always, sports is like a very human thing. So he loves the characters and meeting people that are associated with sports and meeting people that share the same passion as him. He loves to travel. He loves to be around, like, he has a lot of college sports, like I mentioned. So he loves being in that setting and feeling just the general, everyone that is passionate about sports and everyone's enjoying themselves. He likes that environment. And that kind of plays into his other favorite part of it, is being close to his passion. He's always been passionate about sports, and he's happy that he's actually working in something he likes, because he always knew he wanted to work in sports. So yeah, that's my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it.